Welcome back. This is Anna Stella.
And you're watching Anna Stella Rocks with Black Limousine.
Said we were going to do this. I mean, well, we were talking about one word each. I think somebody said that would be easier.
But then I was overruled.
You said it went
Right, sorry.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? You're from Manchester, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Start this end.
I'm John.
Okay. And you play
bass.
Okay, I'm Mark. I play guitar and sing.
Okay.
I'm Johnny. I play the drums.
And I believe you're a new member.
Brand spanking.
Brand new. So how long have you been in the band?
3 weeks-ish. Yeah.
Enjoying it? Going well so far?
Thoroughly. What
did you do with the other drummer?
I still have a day job.
Okay, so how long has the band been going on? I've got a description of you here. Black Limousine is a new alt-rock band from Manchester, so it's not the biggest description I've ever read out.
Okay, so the band's been going for about a year now.
Okay.
It was basically myself and John started this band. I approached John about maybe starting something up. I've been in a few bands in Manchester prior to that, and I just wanted to do something new. And I was talking about we were jamming, we're friends from before we started jamming, and we were like let's actually do something about it, and let's really do something. So we got together probably about September last year, and just went in the rehearsal and just started to come out with something, and just tried to lay down some it's kind of like alt rock, but there's elements of punk, new wave as well in there. So
do you all have similar influences?
Yeah, I suppose so. We come from similar backgrounds with music. A lot of it's there's some elements of stoner type influences, things like Corrosion of Conformity.
I spotted the t-shirts.
Yeah, things like that. So Sleep and things like that.
Okay.
And then some of the Manchester, because I've been in a punk band prior to this, a Manchester punk band. So we've got elements of that coming in. And I've actually we've done gigs with the drummer who used to be in another Manchester alt punk band, weren't you, before you were in this one?
Yeah.
And that's it basically. We got together, decided we want to do that, and it came out alt rock, kind of the best description that we could.
It's a bit of a mixture of different sounds.
You don't want to make it so. Try and make it a bit broader than be too specific,
And have you been playing gigs? I know you played with the Peer Hats.
Yeah, we played the Peer Hat. We played Peer Hat in the summer. We did one in May, and we've got Gulliver's in October.
Oh yeah, I've got that here. We're supporting the Parish Church Fire.
That's
what
right.
a name!
Yeah, it's a long name, isn't it?
Yes, I wasn't aware of that band before.
Yeah,
but,
new to me too.
New to you as well. How did you come to be supporting them?
Well, what we did is basically Parish Church Fire are on the same. We're on a record label called German Shepherd.
Okay.
And they're on the same label as us. And they came to our first gig.
Yeah.
And the singer was would you be interested in doing something, basically?
Okay.
And then we had a gig in August at Peer Hat, and we got them to come in, cause we had another band that was going to support, and they couldn't do it, so we got the Parish Church Fire to come in and help us out and let us support us.
It worked out well.
Yeah, and then they'd obviously booked this gig in Gulliver's, and then just said so, and they called us and said, will you do it with us? So.
Very good. So you've released your debut single, so do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it's called Dressed in Black. And
there's a black theme going on here with a black limousine dressed in black.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of coincidence, really, not just by design. So the purple limousine.
Actually, I was going to say, why black limousine? Why not black Cadillac, for example?
Black Cadillac. Yeah. I don't know. I came up with a name actually. I was just thinking about what would have roll off the tongue would sound pretty good. It was and it just kind of came. I think I started off with Red Limousine, and then I thought that doesn't work.
Okay, yeah.
So then I was like, okay, let's go with Black
You're
Limousine.
going to go for Red Ferrari instead.
Red Ferrari, probably not.
Well, I think it's interesting that you mentioned all these different cars, but I think that was the point of using the word limousine, because each person is going to interpret that in a different way. So whatever that person thinks of is relevant to them. So therefore, if we're saying like Black Ferrari or Red Ferrari or Black Persia or whatever, that's quite specific, isn't it? But there's a lot of interpretation.
Yeah, Black Persia, that would have been quite a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Yeah.
Black Persia, Black Persia.
Done by trademarks.
Other black cars are available.
I'm glad we didn't stick with. We didn't go with Black Persia. but yeah, so basically that's what I came up with, and then. Dressed in black, it wasn't purposely to do with like us being, Black Limousine. It's kind of like say, I don't know, in press release it explains like that it's about a person that's kind of, just kind of life is there, and there's loads of, there's a lot of good around them, and there's a lot of opportunities and things like that, and time. But this person is like pretty much a kind of. They don't want to be part of it, or they're not part of it, and they kind of like, but they have the chance to be, and it's like there's lots of people like that kind of have that mentality, and that's what I was thinking. Life, exactly, and that's how that's how the lyrics. When I was writing the lyrics, I was thinking, it's like there's people that just don't appreciate stuff.
Do you want to tell us some of the lyrics?
So we've got a curtain drawn on your life. We've got, which is obviously, sounds self-explanatory. We've got probably the most. There's a one about take your place at the table in the ground that seats three, which is kind of nice and happy. Yeah. So the whole song basically has like these references about just being, kind of like life's over when it's not. Do you know what I mean? That's the overriding thing of the song. Yeah.
So are you writing at the moment?
Yeah. We've been writing. So we've got like quite a few songs now that we've got. One that we're going to be bringing out at the end of the year that we've already recorded. Yeah. And that one's like I said, we've recorded it, but we need to mix it and everything. And that'll probably be coming out. Sort of December time, but in the meantime we're always rehearsing, so we've got new songs like lined up, but they're not, we're just kind of honing them now.
So going into next year, I assume you'll be looking touring, or
we're looking to do we're going to do some more we're talking with people who are like helping us out, people as well that are sort of looking at putting us out with other people and stuff, so we can have like a concerted run get some dates. And then we need to we're looking at an EP early next year as well, so that's the kind of plan.
Quite a lot going on then quite soon.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's kind of come along pretty quick, and we've come a long way in a short period of time, so we
strike
just
while the iron's hot.
Just keep taking the opportunities and stuff.
Well. I mean, that's
the main
that's what we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had some good stuff. We've had some good offers, some good, like say, radios picking it up and stuff. So
have you had airplay with it?
Yeah, we've had some airplay. We had some HCR 104 played us when it came out, and there's Radio 2 are looking at it as well that we've put in on the playlist for Radio 2. So
brilliant. So it's all going well. Well, I wish you all the very best, and with the gig you've got coming up as well. And of course with the new EP, guys, look out for the EP coming out in
probably about February, March.
Around February, March next year. Thanks as always for watching. Until next time.
This is rock and roll.